What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some gaming content soon, give this video a like, and from you, go and subscribe to the channel while you got it. Now let's get into this video. Alright, it's time for the final team preview, man. We made it all the way. This is the last team. Then all 31 teams, it's the last team. Last team in NFC North, the team that finished number one in NFC North, as you guys can tell. The Chicago Bears, man. It's time for the 2019-2020 Chicago Bears team preview, man. So what a great year was it for 2018, man. The 2018 Chicago Bears, man. They surprised a lot of people, man. I thought they were kind of a sleeper team going to last year, but I wasn't predicting them to be 12-4 and then to win the NFC North. I wasn't expecting that. But, you know, beginning of the season, we know what happened. They made a move for Khalil Mack. He immediately came in and made an immediate impact. I mean, immediately impacted the Chicago Bears defense, which was already a really good defense going into that year, and possibly added a top 3 defensive player in the NFL. I mean, this defense was giving offensive teams so much fear, like for real. Of course, it was first year head coach Matt Nagy came in, and you know, of course, he showed this blueprint of the team, changed the scheme of the offense, man. I believe John Fox, he was the coach for it, and he brought Matt Nagy. He brought something different to this team. Like, this team was in more, they were in different packages. You saw them in more of a spread out offense, you know. Sadly enough, they pretty much took Jordan Howard out of the offense, pretty much. You saw more Tariq Cohen spread out, Mitchell Trubisky making plays. So, I mean, it was a different style of Chicago Bears. It was a different style of Chicago Bears, but that defense, of course, is always there. You know, they were making it happen for real. But going into this season, this is Matt Nagy's second year in the NFL. Mitchell Trubisky third season, I believe, in the NFL, and this is a huge season because, you know, a lot of people are wondering, is Mitchell Trubisky, is he that dude? I mean, it's either you really believe in Trubisky or you really don't. And I know there's a lot of people who are predicting Mitchell Trubisky to be the NFL MVP. There's a lot of people that's expecting Mitchell Trubisky in the next 2 years to be out the NFL. I mean, it's just like that, man. Almost how people feel about Dak Prescott, but maybe even on a more extreme level. I mean, his play last year, Mr. Trubisky, right? We've seen so much of inconsistency, man. Like, I believe it was against the Buccaneers. He threw like 5 touchdowns or like damn near 400 yards, 0 interceptions. I mean, he looked like Aaron Rodgers. He looked like a prime Aaron Rodgers. He looked like a 99 overall quarterback. I mean, that's what he looked like. And there's been other games where he just struggled and it felt like he couldn't even get past the 50-yard line. It felt like he couldn't make no good reads. It was just like that. So we've seen the highs of Mitchell Trubisky and we've seen the lows of Mitchell Trubisky. What are we going to get? Are we going to get a more consistent Mitchell Trubisky? Is that what we're going to get? I don't know, man. I really don't know. So that's going to be interesting how all this plays out. I mean, it really is. So, you know, we'll see how that plays out. But let's just go ahead and speak about the team, man. I already spoke about Nagy, so we're just going to speak about the offense overall. And let's speak a little bit more about Mr. Trubisky. Of course, last year, right, came in as a full starter. I believe the year before, that was his rookie season. So in the beginning of the season, you had Mike Glennon, I believe, as a starting quarterback. So, I mean, he wasn't the full-on starter. I mean, he threw for like 2,000 yards that year, 7 touchdowns, 7 picks, you know. But, you know, last year he was the full-on starter, no doubt. And it was a better year. I mean, 3,223 yards, 24 touchdowns, 12 picks. So, I mean, it was a pretty good year. His QB rating was like 94.5, right? So, we've seen a good amount of Mitchell Trubisky last year. And like I said, we're just looking for the consistency, man. That's all we're looking for. is a consistency. I mean, we even know that he can scramble out the pocket, right? Ran it 68 times for 421 yards. So I mean, he's a dual quarterback. He can run it, he can throw it. It's all about consistency about Trubisky. That's all I'm really going to say about him, man. On to the running back position, man. Let's speak about it. You know that Tariq Coleman, he's there, right? You know what he's about. He's a spell running back. We know that he's not naturally a 3-down running back. He's really short, not big, but I mean, this dude is super elusive, man. This dude is one of the most elusive running backs we have in the NFL, right? So I think he's probably like the perfect 3rd-down back. Reminds me a lot of Darren Sproles. I mean, he really does. Of course, you got Mike Davis there, right? He came from our Seahawks. He's a really good between the tackles back. He can even catch. I've seen him catch out the backfield a bit, but he can really run it between the tackles. And they even drafted David Montgomery, who, from a lot of people I spoke with and watching some of his tape, a lot of people really believe that this guy is going to be the all-around 3-down back, where he might be a top 10 back in the NFL. That's what a lot of people expect David Montgomery to be. They expect him to, they think that he can run between the tackles. They think that he can run the outside zone, catch out the backfield. They think that he can do it all. Line up at receiver. A lot of people are expecting David Montgomery to be a top running back in the NFL. So we'll see how that plays out. But, you know, just speaking about the running back position overall, personally, I'm not a big fan of how they just got rid of Jordan Howard. I'm be real. I wasn't a big fan of that move. I really wasn't. I know Matt Nagy. We know how his offense is like. It's more spread out, more in a shotgun, and you know that technically doesn't fit Jordan Howard play style, right? We know that Jordan Howard is an in-between back. You know that he doesn't really catch the ball at the backfield, but dude is one hell of a runner, man. Like, can we really name that many running backs who could run between the tackles better than Jordan Howard? I mean, I really can't name any off the top of my head. I mean, there's a reason why he was either first or second two years ago in rushing yards. I mean, this dude is one of the best pure running backs in the NFL. I mean, he's really that good. And they just pretty much let him walk. You know, they pretty much just got rid of him for a few picks. And, you know, personally, I just thought that was not a good move. Like I said, I know your offense is set up. I know you guys just signed Mike Davis, David Montgomery. You still got Tariq Coleman as a 3rd-down back. But come playoff time, when, you know, the spread out look, you know, might not work, and you guys have to pound the ball for a few yards, need to get a few first downs, you know, not having Jordan Howard there it's going to hurt. Like I said, I know Mike Davis can come in and play that role, and David Montgomery might play that role, but I mean, it becomes a little bit more predictable in my opinion, honestly. But that's it for the running back position. So we went to wide receiver position. Allen Robinson, he's come back fully healthy. We've seen what he can be like when we see him at full strength. I mean, when he was full strength with the Jaguars a few years back, we saw that he was a really good receiver, right? Taylor Gabriel, you know, he had some really good years with the Falcons. I mean, he ran the slot really well with the Falcons. They say that we're going to see a little bit of him more on the outside. So we'll see how that plays out. They brought in Cordell Patterson. We know that he's pretty much to do it all, wide receiver. You know, that he can line up as running back, be a special team player, running deep route. We know what he's about. Of course, he drafted Riley Ridley. A lot of people expecting him to come in and make an immediate impact, man. I know a lot of people were big on him in this draft. A lot of people are expecting him to come in and play a huge part of this offense from week 1. And you can't forget about Anthony Miller, who is supposedly to be the slot receiver for the upcoming season. And, you know, he showed a lot last season. So, I mean, overall, like, this wide receiver group is a little bit underrated. That second outside receiver is kind of, you know, it's gonna be interesting how that plays out. Is that gonna be Taylor Gabriel? Is it gonna be Riley Ridley? Right? Can Allen Robinson stay healthy? I mean, we're going to see how that plays out. But overall, this wide receiver core, it's not looking that bad. It really isn't. Offensive line overall, the offensive line is solid, right? Really not that many big names on the offensive line, but the offensive line, they're going to get things done. They're going to give Mitchell Trubisky some time to make plays, right? They're going to help out in the running game when it comes to David Montgomery, Tariq Coleman, and Mike Davis. So, overall, the offensive line is solid. Right? It really is. They're getting Trey Burton back, right? Trey Burton. I might not be as big on Trey Burton as a lot of people. I know a lot of people try to tell me that he's a top 10 tight end in the NFL. I'm not sure about that, but he's definitely a really good starting tight end. So having him, that's going to, of course, help out for sure. Got Adam Shireen. So, I mean, tight end play is pretty good, right? But overall, this offense is going to come down to how good Mitchell Trubisky is. I mean, it really is. If Matt Nagy wants to keep on running this spread out offense, having everything vertical, it's going to have to play with Mitchell Trubisky. How good is Mitchell Trubisky? How much has he improved, and how consistent will he be? So that's pretty much all for the offense. The offense, it has the potential to be really good, but it also has the potential to be disappointing. So it's going to be really unpredictable where they go. Are they going to be a decent team when it comes to offense? Pretty much almost how they were last year. Will they be a little bit disappointing, or will they just be elite? We'll see how that plays out. On to the defense, man. I know you guys been waiting for this. I know you guys been waiting for the defense, man. And let's just go ahead and speak on it. Defense is dominant. Let's speak about the defensive line. Akeem Hicks, monster. We know what he's about at that defensive tackle position, right? You got Eddie Goldman, underrated nose tackle. This dude stops the run up the middle. I mean, having Akeem Hicks and Eddie Goldman up the middle is just going to stop everything, right? And with this being a three-man front, they got Bill Nicholas as a defense, and that's probably the weakest point in the defense. But I mean, when we speak about the rest of the defense, that makes that position pretty much irrelevant. I mean, it really does. So that's the three-man front up the front. Let's speak about the linebacking core, man. Maybe the best linebacking core in the NFL. I mean, honestly, of course, Khalil Mack. I mean, what else do I have to say? He's Khalil Mack. He's Khalil Mack, man. Then you got Roquan Smith. We saw that the impact that he made, which last year was his rookie season. He showed out and balled out, right? You got Danny Trevathan clogging the middle. I mean, that's what he does. You know what he's about. He's been a veteran. He does his thing. Leonard Floyd is somebody else who comes in and make an impact, man. So you got all these linebackers, man, coming in and make an impact. Not to mention that they got Nick, I can't pronounce that last name. Bears fans know you're talking about. Nick Kowalski, right? That's probably not even how you pronounce his name, but he comes in. I seen him make some impact plays last year. Aaron Lynch is a veteran. But I mean, overall, this is probably the best linebacking core in the NFL. The fact that you got Khalil Mack and Danny Trevathan and Roquan Smith and Leonard Floyd, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, for real. Secondary. Of course, you got Kyle Fuller there, one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL, right? Probably a top 10 corner, and I think that's probably safe to say. Kyle Fuller, he came out and showed out last year. Really did. Now, you guys did lose Adrian Amos, and personally, I think Adrian Amos is a little bit better than HaHa Clinton Dix. Not, no shade of HaHa Clinton Dix. I mean, he's solid himself, but Adrian Amos is just a monster. I mean, he can go in, he can play the box, he can stop the run, he can play coverage, right? So I think that might hurt a bit, but you guys got a good replacement in HaHa Clinton Dix. Eddie Jackson, I mean, we know he's about one of the best young safeties we have in the NFL, right? And then Prince Akinuma. I've always been a big Prince Akinuma fan. Watching him in New York play, I mean, I always like this game. Always like this game. You know, a lot of people might say, well, he's not aggressive chasing the ball. Sometimes he just makes a smart play. Bats the ball down, right? Always in the right spot. So I like it. It's going to be interesting to place a slot. I guess it's going to be Buster Screen. You know, he was with the Jets for a few years. We'll see how that plays out. But overall, this defense is just this defense, man. It's just it's on an entire different level, man. Entire different level. So, you know, shout out to the Bears defense, man. But you know, that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess you want to speak about the kicker. I mean, who knows who wins the kicking position? I think right now they're having 2 kickers battle it out, and it seems that both of the kickers been struggling a lot. So, you know, hopefully you guys find a kicker, man. I know you guys wanted Robbie Gould so bad. I know you guys wanted Robbie Gould. I know Robbie Gould wanted to return to Chicago so bad, but you know, he's stuck in San Fran, which is not the worst place to be stuck at. And you guys know I'm big on San Francisco this upcoming year, but you know, your kicker position, I guess that's going to be the biggest question about this team. But overall, we spoke about the offense, spoke about the defense, spoke about the coaching staff. Now let's go here. Let's rank this team, man. Let's rank this team. You know, last year, like I said, they were one of the teams that came out of nowhere, honestly. I mean, the year before, they showed some promise, right? And we knew that the Khalil Mack trade was, of course, going to help them, but who thought that they were going to be 12-4, right, in that tough division? And, you know, they kept a lot of the same pieces, you know. And you guys know, I already said that Jordan Howard leaving the team, of course, is going to hurt. You guys lost Bryce Callahan, who was that slot corner. So, you know, there's a few spots that you guys lost, but, I mean, this team is still elite on the defensive side, and the offense has some opportunity to be really good. So, I mean, overall, I got to put this team in tier 2, man. I put the whole entire division. Think about it. This is why I think the NFC North is the best division in the NFL. All the teams that are done are all tier 2 teams, and the Bears are definitely one of them. So this team has a lot of potential to really come out and win the NFC. It also has potential to, you know, regress. But this is a huge year. I think that they can go out and possibly win it all. They could. They have they have a good chance to. But you guys know that's going to have to come down to Mitch Trubisky and see that if he's actually that guy, if he's actually that dude. But that's just my thoughts, man. That's just my thoughts. Bears fans, you guys for the tier 2 team? You guys for the tier 1 team? You guys for the really have a good chance of winning it all this season? You know, comment that down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. But that's pretty much it, man. Pretty much it. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some gaming content soon, give this video a like. If you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you get it. Have a phenomenal one, and I'm out. Deuces.